welcome to Origami and a Story. My name is Jess, and today I'm going to tell you a story about a true person, Maria Mitchell, the first female professional astronomer in the United States. And we're going to do some origami to create stars, just like the ones she used to look at. Now, one of the really cool things about Maria Mitchell is she discovered something very interesting. And if you listen to the story, you're going to find out what it is. Shall we get started? All right. Excellent. This story is called What Ms. Mitchell Saw by Haley Barrett and illustrated by Diana Sodica. And I want to say a big thank you to Beach Lane Books and Simon & Schuster for allowing us to read this story aloud. Thank you so much. All right, you guys ready? Let's find out what Maria Mitchell did. On the first day of August, in a house tucked away on the fog-wrapped island of Nantucket, a baby girl was born. Like all babies, this baby was given a name. Her parents whispered it to her like a gentle breeze, Maria. At first, little Maria knew only her mother and father, her older brother and sister, and the simple rooms of home. But as she grew, Maria came to know her island. She rambled in its gull-dappled dunes. She breathed the fragrance of its wild roses. She listened to the creak of whale ships come to harbor laden with heavy barrels and homesick boys. She knew the ships by name, and you can see some of them here. Maria lived near town and often walked the long hill of Main Street, down to the crowded wharfs and back up toward the grand brick edifice of the Pacific Bank. Along the way, she passed the bustle of many shops. She knew the shopkeepers by name, and here they are. Here's some of them. At home, Maria was trusted with tasks large and small. Schoolwork did not always come easily, but she studied with determination. Mother took note of Maria's steady ways. When her husband sought someone to assist him as he observed the night sky, Mother said to Maria, "Thee is the one to help Father." Thee is another word for you, just to put that in there. So Maria and her father climbed up the steep attic stairs to the walkway on their rooftop high above Nantucket town. Together they gazed at the night sky that cupped their island like a vast black bowl. Father taught Maria to use a telescope. He taught her to sweep the sky carefully, bit by bit, as thoroughly as she would sweep a room for Mother. He liked to say, "Thee must wonder. Thee must watch closely. Then will thee see and know for thyself." Maria watched and she wondered. She saw for herself and was captivated. From then on, night after night, Maria swept the sky. She made fast friends with stars that shone as if punched into the black with a whalebone needle. She knew the stars by name: Polaris, Rigel, Spica. She observed planets that glowed as steadily as whale oil lamps. She knew the planets by name: Mercury, Venus, Saturn. She marveled at the celestial phenomena that arched overhead like a whale's sparkling splash. She knew the phenomena by name too: eclipse, aurora borealis, meteor. Ship captains, home for a while from their whaling, relied on the Mitchells to help them navigate. They brought chronometers, costly timepieces made to withstand ocean voyages, to the little house on Vestal Street. By her father's side, Maria learned to rate the chronometers. Using a sextant and a careful calculation, she determined their accuracy so that sailors at sea might establish their position, and, when their arduous work was at an end, set a course toward family and Nantucket Island. Maria knew the whalers by name. For a while, Maria was a teacher, but she intended to advance her own education too. So she became a librarian. Her quiet hours at the Athenaeum were devoted to the study of advanced mathematics and celestial navigation. And year after year, when day was done and darkness settled over Nantucket, Maria climbed the steep stairs to her rooftop to sweep the sky. One clear October evening, Maria saw something new. A nameless patch of light, bright and blurry, not far from familiar Polaris. A comet. She hurried to tell her father. "My Maria," he exclaimed, "thee must tell the world." The letter, bound for Boston, took 2 long days to leave stormy Nantucket. Half a world away, other stargazers scoured the skies. The King of Denmark had pledged a gold medal to any astronomer who discovered a new comet with a telescope. Finding one of these hurtling chunks of ice and gas was a rare feat, and many hoped to win the gold and glory. In a grand observatory in Rome, an astronomer priest spotted the same bright bit of light. He immediately sent word to claim the medal. But Maria had seen the comet first. The letter from Nantucket, dated 2 days before the priest's sighting, slowly made its way across the ocean. It passed hand to hand from the astronomers of Harvard College to the astronomers of England to the astronomers of Denmark. Maria knew the Harvard astronomers by name. They were family friends. She had not met the others, but she knew them by name as well. While these men of science considered the dilemma of who ought to rightfully claim the medal, Maria swept the sky. While they scrutinized the letter from Nantucket, Maria swept the sky. While they consulted the astronomer priests of Rome, Maria swept the sky. At long last, they concurred and affirmed Miss Mitchell's discovery. And so the heavy gold medal made its way across the ocean to Boston, to Nantucket, and to Maria's steady hand. The King of Denmark sent it with his compliments. The medal was inscribed with the name her parents gave her, the name known to shopkeepers, to sea captains, to sailors, and to school children, Maria Mitchell. And it bore the motto, "Not in vain do we watch the setting and the rising of the stars." Miss Mitchell saw a comet. The world saw her. And that is the end of the story about Maria Mitchell. So now it's time for us to make some origami stars. All right? So for this, you are going to need a pair of scissors and a piece of paper. If you don't have that, feel free to stop this video. I will wait, and you can go get them. All right? And while you do that, I am going to move this camera down so that you can see what I'm doing here. All right? Because it's going to be a lot easier. All right. Now, you may have noticed I don't have a square piece of paper right here. I have a rectangle. That is because a lot of people have mainly rectangular pieces of paper around, so I want to show you how to get it to a square first. All right? If you have a square already, skip this step. But to get it to a square, you're going to take one corner and you're going to bring it up to the side like this. All right? And then fold it. Okay? All right. Now you see this strip up here? You want to cut this strip off. And then you're going to have a square. All right? All right. And we'll take that away because we don't need it. Okay, so just go here. So now I have a square. All right? All right. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take our square and we're going to fold it in half. Okay? Now this is going to make a big star. You can use any size of paper you want. If you want a real challenge, you can try it with smaller pieces of paper like my other piece. Okay, so now we folded it in half, right? Next thing, you're going to take one end and we are going to fold one of the corners up to the edge, just like we did with the whole paper, right? Like that. I'm going to hold it up so you can see, okay? Now you're going to open that, and you're going to do the same thing with the other corner. You're going to fold it so that the edge is straight along this side, okay? Like that. All right? And when you open it back up, you should have kind of an X right here. All right? And there's kind of a point where the two lines meet. All right, so for that point where the two lines meet, you are going to take this corner and you're going to put it right where this point is. And then we're going to press. Okay, like that. All right, so we took this corner right over here and we put it to the center, like that. All right, next we're going to take this point again and we're going to fold it in half like this. So we took it from the center and we folded it here. Okay? All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this side and we're going to fold it like that so it's at the edge. All right? Now you're going to do something, you're just going to fold it in half like that. So you should have this kind of like cone looking thing like this. All right? All right. Now the scissors come in. You ready? So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to angle them down. And the steeper the angle here, the better the star shape. So if you go like this, your star is going to be kind of not as star-like as it could be, okay? So I'm going to make a really steep angle here. There we go. Now, you take your star, you're going to open it up, unfold it, and there you go. There's your star. And if you want to try it in different sizes, like I did, you can hang them on a ribbon. I used tape to put mine on there. You could use smaller pieces of paper if you really want a challenge. So, that is how you make a star in origami. So thank you so much for joining me for Origami in a Story, where we learned about Maria Mitchell and we learned how to fold an origami star. I want you guys to keep going out there and looking up in the sky and all around you just like Maria Mitchell did, because you never know, just like her, you could be the one to discover something new next. All right? Take care and have fun folding, and I will see you another time. Bye.